Hey, friends. So today we are talking to Yossy and Jack Zagha, the writers, directors of the movie Quince or 15 that's premiering at South by Southwest. Gentlemen, the movie I enjoyed. Oh, I'm sorry. And then we have, I mean, in the background, I've completely forgot about you.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
the movie, I got to watch it. I've watched it a couple of times already. And then what I really enjoy is the themes of adolescence, of going into adulthood, of that class struggle, and then there's also about what is family and then what is friends. When you got together, and I know because when you got the film and the script for it and writing it out, how important was it to get these themes across and not just make this a horror movie?
We're not the writers, but we were very involved in the writing process since the idea. And for us, it was eye-catching from the beginning because in Mexico, the Quinceañera is a big event. The people prepare for it a lot of time. And having it while you're an adolescent, there is a contrast, trying to be perfect, something that is very painful and very hard. So that contrast was something appealing for us since the beginning. And then trying to imagine what could go wrong in a quinceañera. And from there we started and it was very easy to write, I think, for the writers and for us very fun to direct.
Sorry. Going along with that theme though, um, as um, as the movie led on, I mean, the trailer kind of is tricky in a way because I watching the trailer, I thought what happened there would happen later in the movie, and it starts like that, which is kind of interesting to have that beginning. But it also shows how these girls are um, ignored, I guess, by the girls in the rich school. So my question would be, um, how did it I guess how I can say this is like how did you decide to start the movie that way and then lead up to the ending, which is kind of like it feels like Carrie in a way with like what's going on, but just to get that switcheroo, I guess you could say.
What I like from the very beginning is that it sets the tone of the movie, and it's kind of it's how is it called when it's a premonition about what's gonna happen. It gives you a sense of what's gonna happen between the two friends, best friends, and I think it's powerful. I think it's funny at the same time. It's something that catches you for the rest of the story.
And also it shows all their dreams and fears of having the quinceañera, no, in one scene. So the expectations are very high, and the things that could go wrong as well. So
No, and how many times we have an idea in our minds of how things should be, and reality is very different.
Yes, yes. Aminita, I wanted to ask you because your character is, I hate to say despicable in a way, but it's like one of those, it's a great villain for the girls, other than the monster and what's going on with Alija. But how did you prepare to be that, I guess, vicious with these other girls? And then your comeuppance at the end of the movie. How did that come about?
Yeah, I think the first thing I had to do is to think that my character is not that bad. I think all the time I had to justify why is why she was doing that things, and I think that um, that helped me to connect with my character and with my um, another how to say my others compañeras.
her other
Girlfriend?
Friends,
no,
Yeah.
yeah, amigas.
We had a lot of training, and I don't know, I think we had a good connection, and that helped to do this movie.
All right, awesome. I do want to talk about, like, when we talk about movies that take place in Latin America, a lot of times it's always like La Llorona, or we hear stories about the Chupacabra. But for this one, you decided to go with, I hope I pronounced it right. Is it Ahuezote?
I
Which
was subtle. Yeah.
Ahuezote, yeah. So what was the idea to use this myth in the movie, and then not really show it, but just we got glimpses of it?
Well, we have a lot of inspiration from other movies, like in the way of how to show it, like Ginger Snaps. We love that movie, and we thought it was such a great way to not show much, but to have that folklore in the movie. And the legend, the myth of the Ahuizotl, it was something that we really liked. I don't know if you know the story, but the story is that when the Spanish came in the 1500s to Mexico City, which was built in a lagoon, this creature would have would make the cry of a baby, and the Spanish who would come in boats, they would hear the cry, they would try to lean over to see if they see a baby, and this hand tail would bring them
Drag them
drag
down.
them down the lagoon. So in our imagination, it was like 500 years later, this if these creatures exist, they would live in the sewers of Mexico City, no? So that's where it comes from.
Yeah, and I kind of, it kind of made me feel like Jaws in a way, because you knew that it was around, but you barely saw it, and then when you did catch glimpses of it, you're like, I want to see more, but I don't know if I want to see more.
But then also something that I would like to say about the creature is that in a way, what we see, it's funny. It's also funny. It was difficult to find the right, the correct tone, because it's a monster. It should be dangerous, but at the same time, this guy, the end of the scene is very funny. I like it a lot. The way he gets rid of the creature and stuff. I'm not saying, but and the expressions, and I think and that was the difficulty all over while shooting the movie. We needed to find the right tone because it's a mix of drama and comedy and horror. So for
Yeah,
me, that's the special thing about this movie.
yeah, I think you blended all of that perfectly in the movie, because it does makes you want to see what's going to happen with them. You care about the two characters, especially Martha, with everything what happened with her and her uncle and aunt. But I do want to ask about. I mean, I don't want to say too much. So if you haven't seen the movie, I would say stop right now and come back to the interview later. But the way it ends, it feels like there might be more, or hopefully there's more to come from that. So have you thought about like what could be
We
next?
we left the opportunity to make a sequel. That's true. We believe the movie asked for a sequel because you really want to know what happens next. Uh, and still, I believe it's a good ending. Like it's an ending that you're happy with it, but you would be happy to watch the next one. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like to see like why the monster's there, why it's doing these things, and then to see where this
So
goes from
a
there.
lot of people think that we should add more of the mythology of the story, and that's we left that for the sequel because you really don't know a lot, and I think that the sequel could give you a lot of answers.
All right. Well, hopefully that will happen. My last question for all of you. I mean, this is being a horror movie, so I wanted to ask, what is your favorite horror movie?
That's a hard question. You wanna go?
Rosemary's Baby for me.
No,
That's easy to answer that one.
I love The Witch, but also there is like all kinds of horror, the ones that scare you and the ones that, because this, yeah, it's so hard. Carrie, it's one of my favorites as well. It's a hard question.
Yeah, me too. I Carrie, it's my favorite movie.
Yeah, this movie has a lot of elements of that at the end, and I thought that was great. I hope people see that. I hope people see Quince when it comes out. So, friends, thank you very much for your time today. I know you guys have the premiere later today, So
Thank
I hope you guys get a good showing for that and a good ovation for it. Again, my friends, the movie is Quince. I enjoyed it a lot. Like I said, I watched it twice already, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And I hope people go out and see this and cheer for Marta and Alicia, and not so much Henry, but I think they'll love everything of the movie. So thank you very much for your time today, friends.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.